You know, it's so crazy. When you are in that building, it's hard to ignore history. And I think what's different about playing at Pitt and being a Steeler is there is no other place, I would think, for a college student or college student athlete where you consistently see the pros. Right? You watch them practice, you see them go into work. You know, I was in that building for 8 years, and, you know, that's where you saw Aaron Donald and you saw Darrelle Revis, and you were like, oh, yeah, they got it. Yep. You know, and so for you, being in that building and then all the uncertainty leading up to the draft, by the way, your hands are at least my size or bigger, right? You know, when all of that stuff breaks out and, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm going back to the film and I'm like, man, if it affects his game, I don't know how. I see that people will look at him and try to critique him and they try to break you down. So going into that draft with all of that uncertainty, what was draft night for you and how did it feel when you finally got that call at 20 from Mike T?
Yeah, it was crazy. Everyone's like, oh, where did you know? Did you know? I mean, I had no idea. It ranged from 6 to 20 is what the range was. It could have been Carolina, New Orleans, Detroit. Indy was talking about maybe coming back up to get me if they can make a trade or something. Like there was plenty of options that I had no clue where I was going. You know, I just kept watching the picks go by. I'm sitting next to my dad. We're just kind of looking at each other like, man, who knows where this is headed? But we knew the Steelers were at 20, and that was one of my favorite places, obviously. So I'm like, you know, this would be unbelievable. And so my phone rang, and it was Coach T. And I just kind of like, it's all that stuff you talked about from childhood, everything like just hit me like like I had everybody there. I had like 200 people, my closest friends and family, like everyone says, man. But generally everyone in that building had some help in getting me to where I was. So I wanted to make sure that everybody could come by. I was at Phil Villapiano's restaurant. So that was sweet to have that kind of legacy there.
Yeah.
It was special, man. I just started ball. I don't even know what he said. I remember he said, hey, man, it's Mike T, and it was like done. I don't remember what he said. I was like, man, this better not be a prank call. It's definitely going to get I'm definitely about to get drafted. So I lost it, man. It was incredibly special. You know, I'll remember it forever, man. It was awesome.